Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Kushcast. I welcome you all, and I have a very important guest this morning, Mr. Lisa. Mr. Lisa, it's nice to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for having me on this show, Mr. Kush. I'm delighted, and let's get it cracking.
All right. All right, straight to the business of the day, really.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of topics we're going to be talking about today, and about 4 of them, and we'll be dissecting them one after the other. So the first one here, there was a post on Instablog, I believe, yes, Instablog, a couple of days ago, and the title says, singer Peter Okoye shares the shocking DM he got from a waitress he gifted $60 as a tip after spending $1,000 at a restaurant in the United States. And now the details of the DM he got. Yeah, so as you can see, it says, so his caption, Mr. Peter's caption was,
Okay.
sometimes these Oyimbos, now them know they get sense, according to him. So what she said was, how come you come to eat, come in hella late and chill at a restaurant? Your bill was $1,000 and you leave $60 tip. Ridiculous. And then Mr. Peter as well, he said, you know the craze for this Yankee, I swear, for my own money again. And the lady was like, no wonder y'all ate, people ate y'all. So basically she's angry.
Okay.
She was quite mad that she got $60 as a tip while the bill was $1,000. That is, whatever he bought was $1,000. She felt that was too small, and then she got mad, and then she went into his DM. So what do you think about this?
First of all, I actually think that's ridiculous for her to be mad. Because
Okay.
$60, I gifted you $60 for actually for doing your service, yeah, for doing what you're paid to do.
Okay.
I'm not your employer, first of all.
Okay.
I'm not the one that employed you. You're working under a company where I came to like have dinner or whatever, you know.
Yep.
And now I spent about $1,000, and okay, for my appreciation that you saved me or my friends, you did well. I give you $60. To be honest, yeah, I actually think she should be she should appreciate what she got, because I don't know. I think I know this might come as offensive, but the thing is, I first of all, I love America so much. I love the country so much, but
Yeah.
I think when it comes to their tipping culture, I think they are too rude and entitled. Because if you have been paid for a service to do, if you have been paid to do a service, I don't think you should demand tip from the customers. Yeah, if customers decide to give you a tip, fair enough, that's fine. That's fine, you know, give you this tip, that's fine. But you need to compliment the customer gives. I think $60 should be like how many percent? Because that's like you're even taking more than you're taking 6% of the bill, you know. So I think that's a fair amount to me. That's actually a fair amount, because I don't know how much you're being paid in an hour. I don't know how much you're being paid in a month, but $60 to your pocket is actually a fair amount, and you don't need to be disrespectful about it. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know why people in America actually feel this kind of way of being entitled to a customer's tip. Because if you come to Europe, if you go to other countries, they don't give tip. They give tip due to their, like, if they feel like giving you tip, you know.
So if they feel generous enough to do it.
Yeah, if they feel generous, exactly, they feel generous to give you tip. Not like they just come and say, oh, you have to give me, is my right? Like, come on.
Okay, so I did a little digging.
Yeah.
So before we came to the studio here, so it says tipping culture in the US. So I'm using like a case study of the US and the UK. So it says the main reason for the tipping culture in the US is because the workers generally earn below minimum wage, whereas it's different in the UK. It also says tipping is expected in USA in almost every place. That's interesting. It said almost every place. That is restaurant. Even if you get a taxi, you have to tip the taxi driver as well. Whereas in the UK, it's completely optional. Now, Americans tip 15 to 25% of the bill. That is 15% to 25% of the bill. Whereas British people tip about 10% optionally, only if the service was even good, and they don't even owe, you know, the waiter or the waitress anything. Now, let's look at it from this aspect. Coming from, you know, someone living in Nigeria, that's Peter. Peter is a celebrity, but he lives in Nigeria. And I can say the tipping culture in Nigeria is almost non-existent.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost non-existent. There's nothing like that.
Sure.
The highest the closest form to tipping in Nigeria is someone ailing you that I need
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
like the guy at the door opening the door, the security guy, or maybe the waiter, him or the
or if you feel funky and feel happy, you can just
like okay,
just
something, change or something like that. That's like the closest we are to tipping culture in Nigeria. So for even forget the celebrity status as well.
Yeah.
For him to just give out $60 of his money, he felt like he has done something good.
Yes.
So now she's entering his DM and complaining will be very, very surprising to me.
And disrespectful.
Disrespectful. Now, so the final thing here, he says tipping in the US is a social obligation, whereas in the UK tipping can be awkward or unnecessary. So now it says the tip about 15 to 25% of the bill in America. So now if you are saying, if you go by 15% of the bill of what he paid, that she was expecting $150.
$50, sorry.
$150, and so it was more than half of it short.
Crazy.
So see, so if we look at it from let's not be biased now, because maybe Mr. Peter is in Nigeria and he's a celebrity that we know.
Okay.
So if we look at it from this aspect, she is used to getting 15% to 25% tips of whatever she serves people.
Yeah.
So in a sense, she might actually feel disappointed getting that $60.
Yeah.
But I think where the line she crossed is entering into the DM. And rant about it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's been excessive, or don't you think?
Yeah. So I actually have like a couple of points to prove here with what you just said. Okay. First of all, now in America you're meant to tip 15 to 20. They normally tip 15 to 20%, just like you said. But I actually feel if you want that to be like a law in the tipping culture in America, you need to add it to the bill. So the customers are going to know that, okay, I spent £1,000, I have to pay £1,150 thereabouts, or $1,000, and I have to pay $1,150. Like, because now he has paid his $1,000, and now he has to take another couple of hundred out of his pocket to pay. To be honest, I don't think all customers will try to me. I actually don't think all customers will actually want to pay that. But okay, now we understand that is the culture there, that's what they do there. But I still feel the girl is very, very disrespectful to go to his DM and bash him all cause he paid, all cause he gave us $60. To be honest, I actually feel it's very, very disrespectful. But at the same time, that's their culture. And whenever you're traveling somewhere else, you're like going to another country or another state thereabouts, you need to know that this is what they do here. And to be honest, on Mr. Peter's part, you need to play along with their laws, with their rules, because that is what happens there. When you go back to Nigeria, or when it goes to any other country where they don't tip, fine, you can decide not to tip, can decide to tip anything. But he's in America, he went to America, you need to tip according to how they want it. But I still find it very, very disrespectful for the girl to just go in his DM. And
I know this is not the first time actually that I'm actually seeing people track down the customers and go to their social media platform to go and attack them for not giving them. So do you think like maybe the US itself should try and like work better on the minimum wage that people will do, like the lowest jobs, what they get? Because so if you are putting the onus, the responsibility on the customer to fulfill what the organization that employed them is supposed to do, there will always be issues like this. And I think maybe the UK has seen that, and like kind of like, okay, the minimum wage is, I think it's 12.22 or 24, something like that right now. So if you get £12.24 or 22 for an hour of work you do, the UK does not expect you to go and start harassing customers that, oh, why didn't you give me something? Don't you think like if they could like raise the minimum standard for people, let's say waiters, taxi driver, whatever, the amount they earn per hour, things like this will stop, because going to a customer's DM is just ridiculous to me.
You actually made a very, very valid point. First of all, that's actually a very, very valid point. But I just think Americans here in America, let me not say Americans in America, people that works in America, they're actually too deep in this tipping culture to the extent that even if their salary, their wages, or even if it's increased to $20 an hour, $30 an hour above the minimum wage, I still feel they will feel entitled to tip, because it's very, very deep. Like it's very, very deep in their culture. Because I actually have a friend, sorry to say this, but I have a friend that stays in Canada. So he visited America at a time like that, and he came to the UK the other day. That was last year. So we went to the restaurant with one of my friends, and after getting the food and stuff like that, we paid, and he was like, "Don't you guys tip here?" I was like, yeah,
No.
we do, but it's like it's not compulsory. It's not like
If you feel like,
you understand,
Yeah,
like
if you
I can tip.
yes,
I
if
can
you-
tell not to
if
tip. You
feel like
understand?
doing it, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's very, very weird. Because when I went to the US, we normally tip, and I was like, bro, that's the US, but right here, we don't like it is optional. If you want to do, you do it. They don't feel entitled. The staff are when the workers there, they're happy to do their job. You pay them. They are being paid fair amounts, you know. So it's not like you need to tip. You need to do this. Like, so it's just, I don't know. I just think America is just too deep into
into the tipping culture. Because when I saw taxis as well, like, why do I have to tip
if
the
they
taxis
actually
there?
don't take responsibilities or try to do something, it's gonna keep getting wild.
It even result to violence as well.
There was even this story that I heard, this DoorDash driver, because they use DoorDash in America a lot.
DoorDash, yeah, for
DoorDash
food
driver,
delivery.
yeah, for food delivery, and the guy
Yeah.
delivered the food, and I think the customer tipped him, I don't know, some certain amount, and was like, no, this is too small, I can't collect that. The guy didn't mind. It took back the food to the restaurant. He felt like rather than getting that small tip, you rather
just take it back.
You understand? So like it's just getting too deep now, you know.
You know,
But-
if you take a Uber, like say a taxi here, Delta, Uber, whatever.
Yeah.
But in this case, Uber. If you take Uber in the UK, after the trip, they will tell you £1, £2 tip. They're like,
Yeah,
this is the
like-
amount. Whereas in the version of Uber in America, it's not like, oh, do you want to tip $1 or $2? They will tell you tip 10%.
Bro,
of the ride
it's so
again.
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, they're in America. I love the country so much, but I have so many problems with them. Number one is that tipping culture.
That
thing,
tipping,
yeah, so
it's
very, very ridiculous.
Yeah,
and
I think
it's gonna keep getting worse.
If you look at it, there's a huge contrast. There's a difference between
Yeah.
what it is in
Yeah.
over here, what is in America, what it is in
Yeah.
America, and
Yeah.
what it is in Nigeria,
Yeah.
because it's non-existent there at
Yeah.
all. So if any Nigerian going there, it will be strange to you. Like, why am I?
Actually, I understand both parts. I understand
If you
both
look at
parts.
it, you know, and if you're being fair, you look at both parties and you understand, you know,
Yeah.
what they're complaining about.
Yeah.
All right. So also on Instagram, there was a post a couple of days ago now. Yeah. So it was done by a lady known as Eniola Badmus. I'm sure everybody knows her. She posted a picture in front of a podium, and there was a United Nations flag behind her. Let me see what other flag was there. Oh, it was just, and the Nigerian flag as well. And then the caption goes like this: grateful to speak at the UNGA side event on innovation, gender inclusion, and partnerships for a sustainable energy future, powered by at something something. Now, that post itself it seemed harmless at first,
Yeah.
but then, you know, when you go to the comment section,
Yeah.
initially when she posted,
Yeah.
it was a bunch of, oh, congratulations, sis, you've done well, this, that, and that. Whereas when that same screenshot went to Twitter,
Yeah.
it was a totally different vibe, totally different response to
Okay.
what it was on IG.
Okay.
So on IG was a bunch of praises,
Yeah.
whereas on Twitter was like, who are you deceiving? So apparently, this background where she took this picture
Yeah.
was it wasn't the United Nations actually, because the United Nations has their headquarters in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this was actually the Nigerian embassy in America, the New York branch. So she took that picture, you know, in New York being like the headquarters of the United Nations, obviously there'll be flags of the United Nations almost in every organization and things like that.
Sure,
So
sure.
she just put the flags together.
Sure.
She stood behind the podium and then took the picture. First of all, that brings me now to this question. Let me just start this first. Why do celebrities need, you know, where do you have that need to lie unnecessarily about things that really you shouldn't even just, you know, consider lying about it in the first place? Why?
So, to be honest, I'm not a celebrity. I've never been a celebrity before.
Where you are now.
Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, I find it, I wouldn't say stupid, you know. I wouldn't use that word, but I find it very, very. I find it should I say childish? But I'm gonna say needless. Yeah, I feel it's very, very needless to just lie.
no
She's a
point.
celebrity, you know.
Oh, of course.
So she feels like if she does this, yeah, she has a minors, like her fans that are going to follow her, are going to like, oh, they want to be like Eniola Badmus when they grow up, when they do this, like, oh wow, Eniola
Like a
Badmus,
role model.
a role model, like, oh, she's an actor. But can you imagine, from an actor now, she's speaking at the UN podium, and wow, that's so nice. Like, I don't know, maybe that's actually what comes through her mind, or maybe that what comes comes through like others' mind. But I just feel like you don't need to do all this basically, because looking at this, I know that's not like UN podium. It's not possible, because I saw news the other day. Donald Trump was on podium, and there was a very, very massive difference between that and this.
First of all, sorry to cut you. First of all, look at the charging point, the wall socket behind. Like, and the number one giveaway is the microphone.
Yeah,
the microphone they use at the United Nations and other international gatherings. Usually that black tiny microphone.
That's true.
These are the kind of mics that they use. This is like a church video, like night video microphone. And you said you're at the United Nations. You already have the status here. You're a celebrity. Why do you need to lie? I think currently she holds a political appointment. She has a political office or something like. She was appointed for, I can't remember the position now. So if you already have that, why do you need to lie to people that you came to address something at the United Nations? Why do you need to lie?
So I just feel, first of all, like I said, I actually feel it's very, very needless for you to lie. But at the same time, I just feel she's just trying to just drive like her fans, like I would say,
give them something
to talk about, But to be honest, it's very, very needless. It's foolish, basically. And the thing is, one thing about Twitter and Instagram is, because this post was made on
Instagram.
It was posted on Instagram. Instagram, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they are trying to. They just look at the pictures and just try to like, and just try to like under the comments. But on Twitter, on the other side, everyone try to verify, like tries to investigate that. Why is she there? Who is Eniola Badmus to be on the US podium? Are you sure this is the UN podium? Is this how the UN podium looks like? Like,
because people that they invite to come and speak are like PhD holders, people that are like versatile in a field or something.
Exactly, like Twitter will try to verify. Why is she there? What is she doing there?
Yeah.
How does the UN podium look
they
like?
Don't take things.
They don't think
like and sinker like Instagram.
That's why when she got mixed reaction from Twitter to Instagram, I'm not really surprised, because I know Twitter actually want to like.
You know what was funny? So the bunch of comments were different on IG. Then when people on Twitter got a screenshot of it, then they went to our page.
Yeah.
So the comment now changed from, "Oh sis, I'm so happy for you," blah blah blah, and then it got to like, "Who are you deceiving?"
Yeah. You see, I don't know. Right?
There was even a comment like, "Show us the people you were."
To be honest, it's so needless. There was this girl that actually did that the other time. I think that was last year. Thereabouts.
She said she addressed something similar to this.
Yeah, she doesn't even have any social status. She said she addressed the UN. Like, it's also ridiculous. She was dragged at least for like
world leaders go to you.
Exactly. You're like, she said she addressed the world leaders. Like, that was. I think she was dragged for more than a week on Twitter.
It was more.
She was dragged. I don't know why some people just feel the need to just go online and just say, let's do this, let's see if I can pull some legs on. But to be honest, I don't know. Maybe they have some other things they're trying to do came from it. But
it's not just this lady. It's just a thing that is common with celebrities, really.
Yeah.
And then now, this last one I asked about this. Why is it so easy to fool people on Instagram and quite different on Twitter and other platforms? I'll use the example of Twitter and Instagram. Whenever celebrities want to when they want to gain exactly what they have in mind, when they want to achieve that, they go to Instagram, because it's like once they have their minions on there, everything they say they just follow. So you can post now that you've bought a Lamborghini Urus.
Yeah, they're going to
just by staying in front of it and posting pictures. The next sort of comments will be like, "Oh my God, I pray for this. God, please let me have this as well." Meanwhile, on Twitter, people like, "Okay, what are you doing that that led to you acquiring this kind of car? The car costs about 300k pounds.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing?" So people kind of like have that. What's the word now? They have that. They have that rational thinking.
Yeah.
On Twitter, they think about things. I think on IG, no disrespect to people, I use IG as well. But I think they just see things. I'm sure it won't be everyone on IG.
On IG, that's true.
But I think the vast majority of people just see something and just go with it. Or what's the difference between the two?
Yeah, to be honest, I just feel just one word. Yeah, Twitter and IG is just research. If I don't say research, I'll say investigate. On IG, they just take it like, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, let me like." On Twitter, on the other hand, they try to investigate. They try to do some research. Like, why is this? Why is that? They don't just go on like, oh, you know, they just try to, but on IG they don't do anything. They're just like, oh, this is his picture. Let me just congratulate this person without knowing what's, you know
what's going on in their life. Or
exactly.
Exactly. Anyway, that answered the question really. So the next one really is quite controversial. But we have to dissect it nonetheless. Okay. That's why it's the Kushcast. That's
true. We have to dissect.
But talk about anything and everything really.
Topic, yeah.
So there's this lady on Twitter. This was a tweet.
Yeah.
I think early this year. So the lady with that handle, Vivian. So the tweet goes like this: personally, I think false accusations is the best option to getting these men being taught a significant life lesson. Now, this is a very controversial topic.
Yeah.
False accusations.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people who have gone to prison for being falsely accused and maybe released 10, 5, 15, even some cases 30 years after. And all the while they were innocent. Yeah. And coming online to publicly, tweet about this is just something I can't fathom really.
Yeah.
Because first off, I always have this question: do people not think before they tweet or even before they post on any social media platform really? Because in the moment when you're thinking of the thing, you don't think about the next 5-10 years. You don't know what that particular post you made can it can mar you really.
Sure.
So if in the heat of the moment when probably she was angry when she was about tweeting this, didn't she think that even if she deletes the tweet, there are screenshots?
Yeah, digital footprints. Yeah, it's called digital
footprints will be there and they will haunt you for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this thing? First of all,
I actually think so many people, not only this Vivian Okeke lady.
Yeah,
I think so many people actually post things on the internet without thinking.
Not even just ladies now.
Yeah, like guys, so many people, guys, ladies, men, women. Like so many people go online, post different things without actually thinking about the consequence, the consequence, So, and this is one of them. This is actually very, very sensitive, thing to post online. It's about false sexual accusation. You're accusing somebody of sexually being with you
without consent.
Thereabouts. Yeah. So the thing is, now first of all, I actually think this is how she actually, this is what she thinks here, and I think so many people actually think just like she's thinking too, just like she thought. They think alike, but I actually think this would actually stop, like, falsely accusing someone of being sexual with you is actually going to stop or reduce drastically. Yeah, if the accusers are found guilty. So like now, let me use an example for I think there was a time Neymar Jr., the footballer, where he got where he was falsely accused of rape years back. I know he had like a video recording. Yeah, he had a video recording. Yeah. So and the judge actually saw that he was actually falsely accused, and they let him go. But the thing is, before the case was closed, Neymar lost so many endorsements. Yep. He lost so many endorsements. He lost so many deals. That was like that was what he lost. He lost so many things from. I'm just saying, he lost so many things from it. But the lady that actually accused him, she didn't lose anything. She just went on with her life. So I actually feel in situations like this, because if Neymar was found guilty, he would probably done jail time, or probably you have done what.
First of all, he would have left PSG at the time.
Yeah, we have left his football club. You would have
prison.
Yeah, you have done jail time, and
image tarnished.
Image tarnished for life, and the lady maybe should have been compensated with. I'm not saying rape it's actually a bad thing,
Oh yes,
she have been compensated and all that, but she lied on him. She lied. Now, what is the consequence for someone lying? Like, I think there need to be consequences. Like, now that she lied, if it's that she has to do jail time, if it's that she has to pay like a substantial amount of money, if it's like she has to actually she has to suffer the consequences of lying.
So in this case, she hasn't actually done it to someone, but she's actually thinking of it, that this is something she can do. We don't know if she has even actually done it to someone that we don't know about. But the thing is, like, I think this is something, it's a good idea for us to just punish. Like, if you have any disagreement with any guy or anyone, just let me just go and lie. So that to teach him a lesson. So now this lady this lady. The thing is, consequences. when people act, even
Yeah.
like I said, I don't want to limit it to just ladies now. Even
Yeah.
guys sometimes.
Yeah.
There's sometimes when I want to tweet,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with this. And I
Yeah.
just want to tweet. I will have typed, what I want when I wanted to tweet. I just clear it.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
I don't want control.
Sure, everyone does that. Yeah.
There are
Everyone does
I'm
that,
sure they will have many
Yeah,
times that you
yeah,
wanted
I
to
do that
tweet
a lot,
something.
yeah.
You just like, nah, let me just clear this thing.
Yeah.
Because you are already thinking like this might be misconstrued by someone else. Someone
True,
might
true.
misunderstand your tweet,
True.
and then it becomes controversial. You get what I mean?
True.
So this lady now, I think when people do things like this, they don't really think about the foreseeable future. In my own opinion.
Yeah.
So you limit yourself as the time you are writing it. You never believe that there might be a situation in life where you might actually be haunted by what you post online. Now, if any employer, for instance, says this,
Yeah.
trust me,
Yeah, she won't get a job. Yeah,
this is the first red flag
won't
for
get a
any
job. She won't
employer
get a
that
job, yeah.
if she can even actually think of this, she
Yeah.
can do worse in this organization.
Yeah.
But at the time, maybe she has one business, she's selling stuff, and she might think she might never need it. What
Yeah.
if you travel, because she lives in Nigeria operating? What if you travel, abroad and you go to any of them, them countries in Europe or even in North America?
Yeah.
For instance, if you want to get a job, there's some jobs in the UK here. If you want to get a job, the first thing, like Ministry of Justice job, for
Yeah.
instance, there'll be a very extensive background check.
Yeah.
And there are no prizes for guessing what they will ask for when they are doing the background check, your social media account.
Yeah.
So by the time they ask for your social media account and they are seeing things like this, what do you expect?
Yeah.
You could even go for bigger, interviews that are not even jobs, trying to get things, secure deals and things like that. And someone just shows them like, oh, see what she tweeted. This is the person you want to, have business with. You want to have a collaboration with. Next thing is gone. You might delay. And the worst part of that is, if you actually come online, realize that you've goofed, you've made a mistake, and then you kind of like apologize for what you said. Some organizations might actually think like, oh, she thought about it and she's really felt like she did something bad. Let's just forgive her. She went online and started making videos that is like she's acting unbothered. That was the worst part of it. I saw tweets. She made videos. She was like dancing like there's nothing you guys can do. I said, oh man, you're even making it worse. If the tweet alone was not even bad enough, now you are making videos acting like you don't care. I mean, people need to really watch what.
Yeah, to be honest, I just feel once they start getting the rightful once they start seeing the consequences to all these things they post, they're actually like it's just be in your mind. You won't put it out. Once there's consequences, once there's a punishment for all these things, posting this, seeing that this is not good, and I think it's gonna start reducing. Like, because things like this, she might actually just be thinking about it, and someone they're reading this might feel like, oh, this is a good idea, and person pick it up.
Oh yeah, because you don't know who you're influencing as well.
This is like
254,000 views.
Yeah, and she had 136 likes. Yeah, I'm very, very sure. Like some people that like that actually like the idea. And we don't know who is going
to. Some people even bookmark.
Some people bookmark. And
you don't know who is bookmarking just to go and reference that. We don't know who is bookmarking because I like this idea.
You understand? So like people are going to pick up that thing and actually use it against people, and people life are getting ruined outside there just because of false accusations. So I don't know. I just think when once they start suffering the consequences of all these things, then I think everyone will start acting right. And digital footprint, like I said, is very, very important.
Reputational harm, yes.
Yeah, everything now is actually on technology now. So everything modern now, technological. Once you do something online, they can actually it is easy to track that back at you.
Even if you delete, people have screenshots anyway. Yeah, and that reputational harm is a big thing. Now the thing is, anything she does now, people will start quoting it with this same tweet.
Exactly.
So they'll make your life a living hell for you. You might post a business, like you started a business. Next thing, somebody just posts this screenshot that, oh, see the person you want to deal with. See the person you want to patronize.
Yeah, I actually think, to be honest,
she thinks it's funny, really.
Yeah. To her, it's funny. I don't know.
It's funny, but I don't know who is advising this lady, because she made videos. She was like, "Oh, there's nothing you guys can do," and I was like, oh, "Man,
she'll be fine." To be honest, she'll be fine. I just hope very soon, like this is start getting like actions start
and even for guys too, not just even ladies now. Guys, there's some things you don't joke about. There's some things you don't cross some lines, really.
Yeah.
So everyone has to be careful of what they do online, because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who is saving it on screenshotting. Like you said, digital footprints. If you like, delete it.
It's
Someone
there.
already has it on his phone.
It's there,
You know, it's there. It's going to haunt you at some point. So you have to be really careful of what you're doing online. It's just the way to go.
Guys,
really.
please make sure you know what you're posting online, please.
Always know what you're
Always know
posting.
what you're
If
posting
it
online,
doesn't feel right, just clear it up before.
Yeah, to be honest, just clear it up.
If you're about the Facebook, whatever, Instagram, if you're about to post it and you feel like, you know, your mind might be telling you something.
Yeah,
like,
just
is this thing
clear
right?
it up.
Just
guys.
clear it. I don't post it. Just clear it.
Yeah.
I've done it so many times. I just clear it. But like, I don't want problems, man.
Simple.
Yeah. So we're going to the fourth one. So you know, there was a guy on a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a guy that, you know, talked about the struggles of fatherhood as well. You know, he was talking about what guys go through when their women, you know, put to bed and have babies, and he was trying to see from the angle of a man. And then he got huge backlash online, IG, Twitter, everywhere. Everyone.
I didn't even see the tweets actually. I didn't see.
It was like a video.
Okay.
It was a video of him.
didn't see the video.
It was on the podcast as well.
Oh.
So he got so much backlash. Like it was so bad. Even this lady Maraji,
Oh,
who
okay.
used to do comedy some time ago, she even set up a video, you know, lashing out at the guy and this like that. And then it now makes you think like, this is a generation that wants men to voice out and speak whatever struggles they are going with, mental, you know,
Physical,
whatever,
psychological,
physical,
yeah.
whatever struggles the men are going through, that is good for them to open up. And this guy is following that blueprint and opening up, and then they almost tore him to threats. Like they almost tore him up. Like, and you know the worst part, they were like misconstruing what he said. They were trying to make it look like he was, you know, downplaying what women go through and like exalting only what the men. And he never said that in that video. If you watch that video, women go through the most. When it comes to, you know, having a child, they go through the most.
Yeah, of course. You
They
can never compare.
deny that.
You can never compare.
He never said that.
Can never
All he
deny
was just
that,
saying that even as a man as well, sometimes you have some struggles, you know, with, you know, trying to cater for baby and as well as the mom as well. And then everyone was just attacking him and saying this and that. He's foolish and blah blah. So now a lady made this tweet. Yeah. So the tweet goes like this: you see this postpartum depression, men too go through it, but we are not ready for that conversation. When a woman gives birth, both the woman and a responsible man, go through postpartum depression, but over the years, no one sees the men's side. While you are catering for the woman that gave birth, be caring enough to ask how he's feeling. He's putting on smiling faces and hiding in his shell, because once he shows how he feels, it will be questioned if he's not a man.
True.
While we show much concern for women who suffer this disorder, let's as well create room for men and let them know that they matter too. Stop trying to mute men when they are crying out. Find a solution for them on how to deal with it, not judging them. What do you think?
Okay, so first of all, I actually think she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Of course, she's not wrong. But actually, I feel she actually didn't word this right. Didn't word this correctly, because postpartum, I think postpartum, first of all, it can only like be like only a pregnant woman or a nursing mother can actually knows what postpartum means.
Yeah,
feels like,
mother,
a man can never ever know what that means, you know. You can never ever. So basically, I actually feel, so where I know she's actually right, where I feel she's right is because when the mom gives birth and the husband is definitely going to be doing all like the catering, try to support and everything. And I miss doing all those things. The men too, they might feel tired. They might actually feel, they might feel like, oh, they've just been taking care, doing this, doing that.
Even the lack of sleep as well.
Lack of sleep,
because you stay with the baby too.
And sometimes even the men too, they might actually want to talk to their wives and see how their wife is doing, but you are going through all this taking care of the wife and the child. You can't talk to your wife. So like basically the men have no one they are talking to, because if it's like a man that actually loves, like him and his wife, they're actually very, very, like very, very close, but he can't do this due to the fact that she's going through postpartum, and so stuff like that actually weakens the men, like it makes them very, very sad. But as they say, man, you need to buckle up and
act like a man.
Put up your emotions, understand. So the thing is, men actually go through these things, but people actually feel men don't go through that kind of mood, you know. But men actually go through it. But I won't say it's called postpartum depression. I don't know the word to use to it, but I know men actually go through. Men actually go through
like their own version of it.
Their own version of that, exactly. You know? So and I actually feel, to be honest, I actually feel men should actually be asked, be looked after, to be like, are you okay? Are you sure? Like, just if someone tries to talk to men, basically we just need someone to just talk to us, like, or we need someone to talk to, like, oh, this is what's happening. 1 to 3 minutes, everything will be fine, you know. It's not like we don't want, like, men don't want you to ask them how they are doing from morning to evening. It's basically just like a little chat, a little conversation, you know. And it will actually be better if the person, if the person asking them is actually like a father too, so you can actually relate, like, to be easy for them to relate and be like, oh, this is what I did when my woman gave birth, you know, this is what I did. You need to do it like this. Just take your time, it's gonna pass. Like, just some word of encouragement, someone that they feel like they can talk to. So I actually feel, yes, she's actually right on that aspect. Yeah, men need to be asked, and okay, yeah, how do you feel, like, you know. So I support her in that, but I won't just say that the word is just the postpartum depression, but I actually think she's 100%.
So now this brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
why do society, the society wants, in this day and age, want men to speak up and be more vocal about whatever they are going through, and the moment the man decides to be vocal and speak up, they shut him down and say, oh yeah, man, so is it like society is not ready for men to start speaking up because they are men?
So this goes both ways, you know. This goes to even the men and the women. So basically, as a man, if you are trying to speak up in a Western world, if you are trying to speak up, like, oh, this is something, this is that, so many people, including the men, will actually look like they'll feel sympathetic to you, you know. They'll feel like, oh gosh, no, sorry about this, sorry about that, you know. What do you like? They'll actually feel pity for you for what you're going through. But in Africa, I don't know about other countries in Africa, but Nigeria,
where we come from,
Nigeria, where I come from, you know, the men will be like, yo, what are you doing? Man up, man. What you're going through, millions of men have gone through that. You need to actually man up. Like, they actually try to shut you up. Some men these days, they'll be like, oh, they'll sympathize with you and be like, oh, sorry, this and that, you know. But most men would actually feel like, man, you need to buckle up, man up. That's what they'll say, man up. That's their favorite saying, man up. You're a man. Try to stand right and man up, you know. They'll try to feel like you can do it yourself. Not like you can do it yourself, but you don't need to be meddling and be crying and that's not going to do anything for you. But you need to man up. So I actually feel it's taking like 2 ways. Even some of the women now, some of the women actually want you to vent to them, like tell them what is wrong with you and all that, you know. They actually want it. But meanwhile, the others, when you try to do that to them, they'll be like, bro, what are you doing? If you're trying to vent to me, who do I vent to? You know, basically, this is not your job. This is not what you're meant to be doing. I'm the one that is meant to be venting to you, not you venting to me. That's how some women actually feel. But meanwhile, some women are actually welcoming. When you vent to them, they'll try to help you, try to find a solution and all that. But the other women, they'll be like, bro, I
think in that aspect we need to really do better as a nation, like, especially I don't know about other countries in Africa because I'm from Nigeria, so I know about Nigeria. So I think we need to do better in that aspect, because even where we play football as well, it's the main purpose is for men's mental health. That's the main purpose why it's created, you know. Even in countries like, you know, on the other side of the globe, you notice that they prioritize not just, you know, for one gender, it's everyone. So if a man is going through something, you can speak to a bunch of guys, they will talk to you. The society does not judge a man talking here about what he's going through, but back home be like, it's like a sign of weakness.
So I don't know, I just think it's how we are, it's just how we are back home. But I think things are changing now, things are evolving, you know. Things are evolving. Like, people are actually noticing that men actually go through mental breakdown too, and men actually needs to be taken care of psychological, mentally and all that, you know. Just as the women too. Of course the women, I'll never forget my women. I love my women so much. So like women too need to, like, of course, you know, women need to go through all this thing, and they're always like, you need to take care of them. But at the same time, men to actually go through all this stuff. Last year, personally, I'm gonna say this is actually like a personal thing to me. Last year, I was going through like one of the hardest moments in my life. But my friends came up, my friends, they were there for me. 2 men and 1 lady. They were actually there for me. They understood, like, they were like, oh, this is fine, you know. They were actually there for me. I just needed someone to talk to and someone I could speak to, you know. They were there for me, basically. And I just feel things are actually evolving now. Like, men are trying to speak up and people are trying to help them feel like, oh, your mental health is actually very, very important. We need to try to, because life is too short these days, man. There's so many things going on around this world. So you just need to try to see who you can talk to and try to give people listening ears. Just goes a long way, man. Goes a long way.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Lisa. Thank you very, very, very much. I think we've done justice to those 4, topics, and we've talked about them, and then hopefully, this can go a long way in changing the narrative and seeing how people, approach these topics, and then people can learn a thing or two, from this.
Yeah.